Morning, it's Friday. I'm kind of in a relaxed state, but at the same time, this i3 is really mentally challenging me right now. I don't think I can ever get a full charge out of it. It takes 5 to 6 hours to get a complete full charge to go 100 miles. And so far I've been going places in those short periods of time. So I've never really had a solid 6 hours anywhere. Today, because I'm still commuting to work on the last day of the week, it's going to be kind of a different vlog. Start with that commute. Good morning. I still haven't synced my phone to the Bluetooth. I'll keep it in there for now. It's the only place actually where I can keep this phone in the armrest there. It is a beautiful morning out. The temperature is morning-like, you know, kind of cool and getting there, you know, to temperature. The forecast for today is 101, and I don't even know what the humidity is going to be like, but last night it was 85 with humidity, and the heat index made it 91. So it's actually feels really cool out. It technically is 86 degrees right now, and I said it feels cool. Woo! Yeah, I'm losing my mind. Well, I got my coffee, and I'm gonna have some coffee and commute to work, so I might fast forward this, or I might just see you guys when I get to work. By the way, if you're wondering, this morning I have a 57-mile gas range, which doesn't kick in until the electricity's out. The electricity range is 67 miles. And I think I'm less than 12 miles from work, so I should have 50 miles left when I get there, meaning a half charge. And then I'll put it on the level 2 charger at work, which is $2 an hour, and then we'll figure it out. By the way, I think those chargers are leased by the company that owns the building. And so obviously you have to pay off the equipment, which is a weird thought, right? Because you go get gasoline, you don't realize you're also paying for the infrastructure, you know, like someone owns that station and they want it to be paid off. And the same thing happens with these electric charging stations. $2 an hour though, when you're only using 6.5 kilowatt hours in that hour at 9 cents, it's less than $1. So you're paying more than double just to have a parking space, but the parking is free. This is why I'm saying I don't think I'll ever have a chance of getting a full charge, because it's just never gonna work out for me time-wise. Nice, running the red light, you asshole. I think more and more cars, especially new cars, should have dash cams. Obviously there's like a mandate that they have to have trunk releases and backup cameras and this and that, but dash cams, I think, would be two things. It would obviously help in situations where there are going to be accidents or insurance fraud. And number two, especially if it's, you know, kind of hooked up to GPS and the OBD2 port, would definitely be useful in court if you believe that the police officer kind of maybe suggested you were the one speeding, and maybe you were not the car speeding, but he just had to give up and pull someone else over anyway. I've seen that. Anyway, it's my typical commute, and that's the thing about this car. I think it is king of the rat race, because all I can do in this is travel to and from work and maybe do an errand or so. An errant errand once in a while, and that's because I'll never have a full charge. And you can't really have this as a weekend car, because yeah, let's just say, oh well, it'll be charged for the weekends. You can't go anywhere, you can't leave town in this, so it doesn't make sense to have on the weekends. I mean, I do have a car that you can leave town in. We don't talk about it here on New Car Spin that much, but if you can afford this, you can afford that other car, and if you're going to afford this as a second car, you can definitely afford that other car as a second car. So if this is your main commuter car, let me just set cruise control here real quick. Set. There we go. So if you can afford this as your main commuter car, is it a benefit? I still haven't figured this part out. I don't think I ever will, actually. Let me turn the fan down. Alright, I'm actually in comfort mode. Let's put it in Eco Pro right now. Efficiency-oriented settings. We'll just roll with this right now. Again, it is like the Hyatt San Jose in here. It's very Dwell, you know, that magazine Dwell. It's very, I wouldn't say futuristic or contemporary. It's just artistic. But with that and the silence that I have when no one's around me like this, I feel like I'm in my own little sanctuary. It's nice. It's a definite. You know, I wasn't really looking forward to it. You know, I wasn't like, oh, I get to take a shower and get dressed and go to work and drive in my i3. But it definitely is relaxing. And it's sort of like a decompression chamber. The ride quality, though, reminds me that it isn't such a decompression chamber. So you'll see what happened there is the car in front of me changed to the left lane and the car in front of him was completely stopped. So radar cruise won't completely stop when there's a stopped car in front already. So you have to always be alert for that. You can't just go, oh, it'll handle it. Most of the cars I've driven, I think only the Infinity will sort of alert me, but it won't brake hard enough either. It'll just kind of be like, oh, you gotta brake. In this one, it's weird because of the, you know, the accelerator pedal. Once you take your foot off, it does regenerative braking. So it won't do that though in cruise control. So it'll just stay with the power on. So it's like I got to make attention. I don't know. I just have to keep an eye on it at all times. Let's go ahead. Because I hit the brake, I have to hit resume. There we go. By the way, daily vlogging is a big pain in the ass. It's a lot of work. I have all this footage. I have 4 cameras. I have to sync up and then edit, which means I have 4 times the amount of footage. It's 4 times the amount of camera time. And then once I edit, I have to upload. And then I've already been working on the other film because it's the next day. So today is today, but in YouTube time, it could be yesterday, it could be tomorrow. We don't know. But that's the problem. I have like specific footage that I want to show. It doesn't brake hard enough here. Ugh, I have to use the brake. So that's weird. The cruise control can't brake hard enough in this car. I don't think it's actually using the brakes. Anyway, please be sure to like and subscribe and share this video and this whole series actually, because it is work. I mean, it's a ton of work and it's not going to ever pay off. I mean, between the cost of owning this, if I owned it myself and had to pay $2 an hour just to charge it, or $5 a day just to fill the fuel tank to go 70 miles, like, there's no way any i3 owner can pay off that kind of investment, you know, like time-wise. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you, BMW, for lending one to me. I know I've asked you for years for a car to drive, and we're finally working it out, so that's good. You know, obviously I don't get paid for this, but that's the other problem, is like you have to choose wisely about what you want to drive and what you want to feature on YouTube, because some of that stuff will flop, man, and it was a waste of time, a waste of everyone's time. Should I daily vlog the BMW i8 next? By the way, I found a setting here where I can actually change the recommended speed limit for the Eco Pro mode. So I changed it from 75 to 80 because here in Texas, actually some of the roads go up to 85 miles an hour. I would probably not cruise at that speed in this car because it wouldn't give me much range, but I went ahead and bumped it to 80 here. So I have some movement, you know, some fluidity to traffic, so I'm not just an impediment. But I mean, this car isn't slow. It definitely feels faster than the Mini, which I'm not comparing this to, but it, you know, it's unique. BMW, thank you for paying the toll today. Right now there's a lot of crosswind. It doesn't look that windy out, but there is a breeze, let's just say, and it's definitely pushing me over. I'm having a hard time staying in the lane, and I would say that this doesn't feel like it has any kind of electronic steering that can counter crosswinds. And because this has such a high profile, that's weird to do, you know. Why would you choose to do that? Getting bounced around pretty good here. Not a comfortable feeling. Here we are. Now I know that's one hell of a commute, no traffic and stuff, but it is 9:45 in the morning, so you kind of expect that. It doesn't get really bad where I am, luckily, knock on wood, but it is an expensive commute because there's like tolls. So thank you, BMW, for paying the tolls. And as luck would have it, I'm pulling up to my charging spot. My range is 50 miles on all battery, so I was spot on. I don't know how I did it, I just kind of guessed. And the other thing too is if I showed up here when more people are working, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. If someone was parked in one of those, well, actually, if all 4 spots were taken, I'd have to park over here and then, you know, come back during lunch. I would never get a full charge. That would be guaranteed. But I mean, I'm lucky right now that there's nobody here. But just think about it. You know, if there are 4 electric cars out of 400 people or 800 people working here, it would take forever to get the open spot to charge. And ChargePoint does allow you to have a reservation, kind of like a wait list thing. But at the same time, what this means is, you know, $2 an hour keeps people from hogging the spot, but you need to be there for 6 hours to get a full charge. So, are you ever going to get lucky enough to get a full charge? That's my thing for today. I don't know. I don't like that grab handle. If wind was to take it, I couldn't grab it fast enough. I can't see it. Bam, bam. You know the routine. Hold the thing. Let's do port 2. Okay, I'll be in the office. I'll come back during lunch maybe. We'll see if it's got a full charge by then. Step over this. Oh, not necessarily by lunch, but close enough. But still not enough. Maybe the problem here is never go to a completely dead battery, but you can't help it if you're going to go out of town. All right, see ya.